Yo, check me out. I may not be where I want to be right now, but I'm definitely heading in that direction in every aspect of my life. My body, my money, my vehicles, my houses, my businesses, my family, my friends, my relationships. Every aspect of my life is constantly evolving and it's moving in that direction. And I could feel when I'm not going in that direction whenever I feel negative emotion. Whenever I feel negative emotion, I know that I'm giving my thoughts to things that are in opposition of where I want to go. And I'm going to stop immediately that thought when I feel the negative emotion because I'm not trying to go that way. I'm trying to go this way. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And that's exactly what I've been doing. And I don't care what anyone else thinks because I know who I am. I know who I am. I know what I want and I know that I'm getting there. That's all that matters. You feel me? And life is just an amazing game. Every single day, adversity, there's spiritual warfare, there's problems, and I don't see any of my problems as problems because they're not, you know? They're really not. It just is, and whatever my opinion about what is. I make it what it is through my opinion and my perception, but I don't look at things as problems no more. I look at every situation, circumstance, and events that comes into my life as an opportunity. And even though it may feel bad at first, I understand whenever I'm experiencing something I don't want, like lack of money, or I feel lack of time, or I feel lack of freedom, or I feel like I could have done this better, or I could have said this better. Anytime I realize what I don't want, that launches a rocket of desire. And I know more clearly what I do want. Whenever I'm experiencing lack of money, I give birth to more money. And that inner part of me rides the rocket to the more money and is being the more money, calling me to it. So, how do you know that you want something when you don't even know that there's more to want? Well, right now, let's just say you were in a state of equanimity and everything in your life was perfect and you feel so at peace, you feel bliss, you feel ecstatic. And whenever you're at this level, and let's just say you go through experiencing whatever the adversity may be, we're just going to use lack of money in this case. You experience lack of money, well, you're right here physically, mentally, intellectually, and that inner part of you, that God within you, that soul of yours, your inner being is right here, and you're in equanimity because you're connected. You're both at the same level, which why you feel so good. And now you realize that you feel like there's a shortage of money in your life and you would like more. Even if you don't say it with physical words, you're asking for more money because you know what you don't want. Therefore, you know more clearly that you do want more money in the proportion to the degree of the amount of money you don't have. So, whenever you know your lack of money and you want a little bit of money, you're lacking a little bit of money, you're gonna ask for a little bit of money. Whenever you're right here and you're lacking a lot of money, you're gonna ask for a lot of money. So you ask in the proportion to the degree of money or whatever it is that you're asking for that you don't have. Health, relationship, happiness, whatever it may be, you are right here. Let's go back. And that inner part of you and you are connected, which is why you feel that bliss and equanimity. But anyways, you experience the lack of money and you know more clearly, whether you say it with words or not, or even aware, you know more clearly. You want more money. That inner part of you now evolves because you launched a rocket of desire. You sent a request without even knowing, maybe. That inner part of you comes right here. Now you're down here mentally because of what you're doing with your thoughts and your perception, while that inner part of you, while God is up here being what it is that you're asking for. It is given. And you feel maybe lack, worry, frustration, anger, and those emotions are just indicators letting you know that you are not in the vibrational vicinity of your inner being. And once you launch a rocket of desire, you can't tell that soul of yours, that God within you, your inner being, to come back down and make you feel better because you guys are closer in vicinity. That's impossible, because we're always expanding, which means your soul is up here. That inner part of you is being what you just asked for. And while you're right here complaining about not having enough or focusing on what caused you to ask for more money to begin with, you are holding yourself in vibrational holding patterns that are not in harmony with the money that you're asking for. Therefore, you can't receive what you're asking for. Well, if you're a master of the universe and your mind and deliberate creation, and you know what your emotions mean, you know that this negative emotion you feel is an indicator that you just launched a new preference that your inner being is being, and you're not yet being, and you know that through negative emotion, that's when you start to change the way you feel and align your thoughts with where that inner part of you is, and you'll know you're there whenever you feel good emotion again. And when you're down here and you feel the gap through your negative emotions, they're not a bad or a good thing. Your emotions are just indicators. Just like the fuel gauge in your vehicle goes from full to empty, it's not bad when it's empty. It's just letting you know that you need to do something about putting more gas in the vehicle. And once you put more gas in the vehicle, goes up to full, it's lit up, we're good to go. It's an indicator. And just like you wouldn't cover the fuel gauge with a sticker so you don't have to see it, what if you run out of gas? It's important to know that you're going lower on the fuel gauge so you know when to put gas. It's important to do those things. So just like how you don't want to mask your emotions and hide them and you don't want to feel them, or take something that will mask the pain and make you feel better for a certain amount of time, you're not doing nothing by that. Nothing beneficial comes out of that, because once that substance that you take wears off, you're going to go back to your former state of feeling bad again. And you have to fix it internally by understanding this is where that inner part of me is, and I'm holding dominant vibrational patterns of thought that are not allowing me to raise my vibration up here where it needs to be in order for me to attain the things that I've been asking for. Well, when you know this and your inner being is at joy, bliss, ecstatic, love, it's always at those emotions, always. So even though you're perceiving lack of money, it's not really that you're asking for more money. You are asking for more money because you believe that the more money will make you feel better in the having of it. So what you're really searching for is an emotion. You're searching for freedom, love, joy. You're searching for something that will bring you back into alignment with your inner self. And when you find that alignment, then you feel good again. You feel good. You're back right here. Then you experience something that makes you ask. You see a relationship and you see that they're doing so happy, and you may not have a relationship right now, but you see that couple right there and they're so happy. They found each other as a soulmate, and they're just so in love, and you don't have that yet. So that makes you ask, I want something like that. And it goes up. And whenever you look at it and you feel love and you feel as if you're already there, you are aligned with what you just asked for, and the relationship is already on its way, or the people, situations, circumstances, and events necessary for the fulfillment of that relationship are on the way because you feel good. It's law. But if you look at that relationship and you feel lack of the relationship that you want but you don't have yet, or the one that you're currently in is not enough and you want more but you don't have it, and I want this but, and I want this but, and I want this but, and you're holding yourself in a dominant vibration of lack or jealousy or envious that person has what you want and you don't, that is a vibration, that is a thought pattern, and it's a belief. And a belief is only a thought that you continue to think. So it's important that you go up. And how do you do that? By paying attention to your emotions and knowing where you are. And whenever you know that you don't feel good, whenever you're focused on a subject, you make yourself feel better by acting as if you're already that person. Now, you can't jump from worry, doubt, fear, lack, anger, all the way to joy. You can't do that. It is a continuous process. It's continuity. You can't jump from 5 miles per hour to 100 miles per hour instantly. That's impossible. Whenever you go from 5 miles per hour to 100 miles per hour, regardless of the time it took you to get there, you did at one point pass through every single 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. You pass through every single increment because it's a continuous. There's no gap. 0 to 100, there's no gap. If you go from 0 to 100, you have to have passed through one of the numbers at some point. So, just like the emotional guidance scale, you have emotions ranging from love, freedom, joy, optimism, happiness, content, belief, faith, boredom, worry, doubt, fear, lack, anger, jealousy, powerlessness, depression. It's continuous. So whenever you feel lack and you want to feel joy, you can't jump. You're going to have to go up the scale by feeling worried, doubt, and then you go up. Boredom, hopefulness, optimism, happiness, freedom, love, joy. You're there. So don't focus on going to this great feeling of love, freedom, and joy, no matter how good it sounds, because you can't get there. And if you're all the way down here thinking of these emotions, it's going to make you feel worse anyways, because you're focused on the lack of being there rather than going in that direction. So your only job is to feel better now, no matter what state you're in. If you feel depressed, then you're going to want to feel anger, because angry is an actual improved emotion from your former emotion, which was depression. And no matter what anyone says about you, they say you're inappropriate, they say you shouldn't be angry, and they're getting frustrated at you because you're angry. Well, they don't understand where you were before. They don't understand that even though anger may be a negative emotion, it's actually an improved emotion for you, because you came from somewhere much lower vibration and you actually moved up the scale. So focus on yourself and no longer focus on what you think others want from you. What do you want from yourself? Where are you at? No matter how much advice somebody gives you, they don't know where you are on the emotional guidance scale. Only you know that. Only you know where you are in relationship to your inner being, and only you could do things about changing your perception and changing your opinion about what you're thinking of to increase your emotions and go up the scale. Whenever you know that, you are a master of the universe, because you understand how to deliberately create. It's not just about feeling better. Do you understand what's happening whenever you're in the process of feeling better? When you're in the process of feeling better, your emotions are actually your point of attraction. So whenever you're feeling freedom, love, joy, remember, you're a receiver and transmitter of vibrational frequency. So whenever you're feeling those high vibrational emotions, your emotion is an indicator letting you know what are you transmitting right now at this point in time. That's how real it is. You see that? I don't know where the fuck that came from, but that's how real it is. Your emotions, freedom, love, joy. Let's just say you feel freedom and you feel so free. You feel high energy. Very, very strong signal you're transmitting, because you feel it so fully. And your point of attraction is one of freedom, and it's always changing. So it's important to know what you're emitting with your brain by the way you feel. Your thoughts are what are transmitting the frequency. Your brain is what is doing the transmitting, like the satellite dish, and your emotions are indicators letting you know what you're transmitting. And that freedom that you're transmitting is a powerful vibration that's emitting forth from you, attracting people, situations, circumstances, and events into your life that will make you feel more of that emotion. because freedom is a frequency, and law of attraction is your vibrational manager, managing every single frequency you're transmitting and bringing more of it to you. So if you feel freedom, keep on feeling freedom, baby, because that is a good feeling emotion. It's a high frequency vibration, and you're going to attract people, situations, circumstances, and events into your life that will make you feel more free. You're going to talk to this person, they're going to make you feel just so good. You're going to experience flying on a plane that's going to make you feel free. You're going to experience an event which causes you to obtain a lot of money, and that's going to make you feel free and secure and more of those emotions, because you can't get anger, or you can't get worry or doubt or lack whenever you're transmitting fear. Just like how you wouldn't expect to hear what's playing on 100.9 The Beat when you're tuned into Kiss 97.3. It's impossible, because those are two very different, unique vibrational frequencies, and whatever one you're broadcasting and tuned into is the music that you will be receptive to and hear, the manifestation. So if you're transmitting worry, doubt, fear, lack of money, you're transmitting that, you're tuned into that. So you can't hear anything other than what's on that frequency, like situations, circumstances, and events that are going to make you feel more of that emotion, like more debt, like more lack, like more bills that you can't pay. And keep in mind, none of these are problems. It's only your perception of what is that makes it a problem. You see, you could step back and understand, this is not a problem. This just is, and I get to choose how I look at this. I get to choose if this is a good thing, and I get to choose if this is a bad thing. What do I want to make it? Because I do make it what I make it. And it doesn't matter what somebody else thinks or what I'm looking at, because they are not me. I'm the one who's creating my reality. So what they're doing is irrelevant, because they can't assert anything into my life. No matter how much good somebody wants for me, they can't assert that goodness and money and abundance into my life, because this is a universe that is attraction based, which means that I'm the only person who could attract what it is that I desire or what it is that I don't desire into my life, and nobody could assert none of that. It all comes from me, which means that everything that I have, the house that I live in, the car that I drive, the clothes that I wear, the clothes that you wear, the house that you live in, the friends you have, everything that you have and everything that I have, everything I have is 100% my fault, and everything that you have is 100% your fault. And if it's great things, if they're beautiful things, and you've been creating beautiful things in your life, then continue to do what you're doing, because you're doing something right. But if you have things in your life that you don't want, or you want things that you do not yet have and you can't find a way of obtaining them, then it's your fault, and you need to do something with your dominant vibrational thought patterns, because that is in fact what is holding you out of alignment with what you're asking for. Only you. It doesn't matter if you look at this person and they are getting you angry, or they are the one causing this lack on you because they're not paying you the money that they owe you. Whatever the issue may be, you're doing it all. Stop focusing on what you don't want and focus on what you do want. Because by this person not paying you the money that they owe you, don't feel like you're lacking because of them. They are an exterior condition in your world that you could remove your attention from, therefore remove your active vibration from, and put that attention towards something more beautifully that will allow more money to come in. The money may not come from that source that owes you money. The money will come from a different stream, as long as you allow yourself to broaden your perspective. That person, that's not where the money is. That's not where all the money is. If you forget about that person for a little bit that owes you money and focus on the abundance of money that's out there, you'll see that it could come in from endless streams that you have no clue about. But when you're tuned into it, it's going to flow. It is law. Just like your radar screen whenever you're playing GTA. You see, love is the answer. Whenever you're on your radar screen in GTA or any game that allows you to see the map, that is just what you're able to see. You don't know what's outside of that map because it's off the radar screen. Same thing with your consciousness. You may think that the money is coming from that person who owes you money, but it may not be, because you're not that smart. You don't know where the money's going to come from because there's so many opportunities and so many streams of abundance from off your radar screen that you're not that smart. You don't know where the money's going to come from, which is why it's good to not focus on this person that owes you money and think, I need this money and this is the source that it's going to come from. Because whenever you do that, you're holding yourself in alignment with that source. And if it's something that you doubt, you're slowing down the whole process. You're postponing the money from coming when it could be here tonight. It's already there. You just got to tune into it. And if you don't tune into it, you're never going to get it. And until you tune into it, you're never going to get it. And it's important to know that, because now this person does not have no control over you no more. You're not a slave to them. You're not focused on that person who owes you money, because you can forget about them. They will pay you back whenever the time is right, and maybe they won't, but the money will come into your experience whenever you start allowing it to flow. All I'm saying is start taking a look at things that feel good to you while you look at them and while you observe them. And if you think a thought or you're observing something that lowers your vibration and your mood even just a little bit, then remove and withdraw your attention from it, because that's an indicator that you're moving in the opposition to where you want to go. Clear indicator, because remember, when you're aligned to that inner part of you, that inner being, your soul, that God within you is being everything that you asked for. It's being the individual that has more money, the one that with the relationship, the vehicles, the jewelry, whatever it is that you desire. It's being that vibration. It's holding that vibration. But if you're not here feeling good and you feel anything other than that, worry, doubt, fear, lack, anger, boredom, you are not a match vibrationally to what you're asking for. Therefore, you can't receive it. It's law. This is how it works. Regardless of whether you believe this or not, this is how it works. Just like gravity, there could be a newborn baby turns 1 year old and they don't know what gravity is, right? But it's still holding them down to the ground, whether they know about it or not. And whenever they learn about it, they're just aware that it's there, but it's still operating because it's a law. It's superior. Same thing with law of attraction. Law of attraction is a law that is governing this entire universe, and whether you know about it or not, it is working. And everything that you have is a result of the thoughts that you've been thinking, and law of attraction has been managing your vibrational frequency that you've been emitting and bringing you people, situations, circumstances, and events, and even thoughts that are the reason why you have and why you are what you are, where you are right now. Whether you know that that's taking place or not, it is. And maybe you knew that, but maybe you didn't. And if you didn't, and now you know, you're aware of it now, but it's been working. It's been governing your life. And some people may think, well, why is it important for me to even know this anyways? Law of attraction, cool. Well, if you care about getting the things that you want in life and being successful in whatever way success means to you, then it's important to know the laws that govern the universe, because you know how to take advantage of them. You know how to use their energy and flow in the direction of what you want, rather than it's flowing and you're putting so much tension on yourself unnecessarily. So pay attention to the way you feel, because the way you feel is an indicator letting you know, are the thoughts that I'm giving attention to right now aligned with that watch that I want? Is it aligned with that vehicle that I want? If you're thinking of the subject of money or relationships and automatically you feel lack right off the bat, it's just an indicator letting you know that your dominant vibration on that subject is one that is keeping you out of alignment with the very thing that you want. And whenever you understand that, you could deliberately change the thoughts you're thinking and intentionally change the way you feel. Do all of this on purpose so that you could get to where you want to be faster without all the unnecessary tension, because The law of least effort is also a thing. The law of least effort. You don't have to go out and exert energy and physical manual labor in order to make things happen. And most people think that's the way it works. Most people think I have to go out and make this thing happen by taking action and doing this and doing and doing and doing. The only thing you should be doing is focusing on where your attention is flowing, because where your attention is flowing, that's where you're flowing energy. If I'm focused on the attainment of the house that I want, and if I'm focused on the lack of the house I want, they're two very different vibrational frequencies, two very different things. And you know which one you're focused on by the way you feel. Whenever you focus on the lack of it, you're receiving more things that will cause you to lack that. And whenever you focus on the attainment of it, you're attracting more things that will make you attain that house that you want, or that car that you want, or the relationship, or whatever it is that you want. And it doesn't always have to be a physical thing. It could be just an emotion you're searching for, or a relationship, or it could be something that, who knows? You're the only person who knows. But if you start applying these thought processes intentionally, then you begin to attract everything that you desire in life. Everything. No exceptions. And back to what I was saying about the exerting physical action. Whenever you are taking action thinking that it's going to yield you the results you want, but you're taking that action from a low vibrational frequency, from I'm working to get more money, but I feel lack of money right now, so I'm working as hard as I can to get more money. You're taking action from a frequency of lack. Therefore, you're going to yield yourself results on the vibrational frequency that you're taking the action from. Make sense? Same thing. If you're taking action, but it's inspired action, and you feel joy and you feel enthused by taking that action, and you know, I'm taking this action because I love doing what I'm doing, and I know I'm benefiting people by doing this thing that I'm doing, and it's going to yield me results that I want. It's already here because I feel so good while doing it. Then you're going to receive results that are on that frequency of feeling good, which are the results that you want. And you know that you want those results because when you feel good, you're aligned with that inner part of you. You see, me and you are extensions of source energy. We're extensions of God. We're God's creation, highest form, by the way. We are extensions of source energy. That powerful source energy is flowing at all points in time through me, through you, and through every physical thing that you see. It's all consciousness. It's all energy. It's all vibration. And even though you see me and I see you, our eyes are just interpreters of vibrations, allowing us to see colors and shapes. And my skin is an interpreter of vibration, allowing me to feel. And my ears are interpreters of vibration, allowing me to hear vibrational frequencies. They're translators of vibration. My nose is an interpreter, a translator of frequency, allowing me to smell. My mouth, my tongue is a vibrational interpreter, allowing me to taste. But it's all vibration. And even though me and you look different, we are very similar. We are very similar because we come from the same source. And we're just a reflection of each other. So what you see in me, good or bad, is a reflection of yourself, and vice versa. What I see in you is a reflection of myself, good or bad. Whatever somebody thinks about you has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. And whatever you think about someone else has nothing to do with them and everything to do with you. And that's a very great thing to know, because when you know that, you could start learning about yourself. And when you know yourself, you know everybody else, because we're all a reflection. We're all one and the same. We just think differently. We have different perspectives on this one life that we're sharing together and living together. Whenever you see something great, you see a good quality in somebody, and they're very humble, or they're very outgoing or well-spoken, you see that quality, and it's a good quality that you want in yourself. And you know that because it stands out to you. You see, you're looking at this person, you're focused on how humble and well-spoken they are, while this person is looking at that person and they see whatever they see in them. It may not be the humbleness and well-spoken that they see, but they do see something different. Who cares about them? Whatever you see in that person is letting you know that that quality is something that you desire in yourself, or else it wouldn't stick out to you. You wouldn't have noticed it. You just learn something by observing that person. You know more clearly that you want to be more humble. You want to have more of the humble quality, and you want to be more well-spoken because you looked at that person and those qualities stood out to you, and they wouldn't have stood out to you if it didn't mean something to you. And same with the bad. If you see this person and they're very annoying, or they may speak very fast, or whatever the case may be, something that just gets on your nerves when you look at this person, that's also trying to tell you something about yourself. Why is that bad negative quality even standing out to you in the first place when you look at this person? That means you have to go within yourself and heal something within you, so that whenever you look at this person, all you see is love, pure love source energy, because that is what they are, and that is what you are. And if you look at somebody with a little bit of hate, or a little bit of jealousy, or a little bit of fear or anger, then you're doing yourself a disservice, because they don't feel the hate that you're transmitting to them. You are the only one who feels the hate that you're transmitting, because you are the emitter of the frequency. So whenever you learn to look at everybody as they are, you will begin to look at yourself as you are. When you begin to look at yourself as you are, you will know and be a master of the universe. Too easy. Too easy. So let's go back to taking action. Action. And I want to talk on this subject because everybody's so action oriented. Everybody is so action oriented. They think that taking this action is going to yield them the results that they want. False. The vibrational frequency you take the action from is going to yield you the results you want. Whether you take action or not, it's going to happen. If you take person A and person B, for example, right? And you set both of these people down at an office. They both have their computer, same office, same desk, same everything. Same everything. The only difference between this experiment is person A and person B. Two very different people. That's the only difference. Person A is a person who is optimistic. They're very joyful. They're always feeling freedom, love for everybody, and always complimenting people. And they feel very aligned. And they know that because of their emotional connection with their source within, their inner being that we all do have. And now person B, same everything, but person B is the pessimistic person. Their pessimism is allowing them to only see the bad side of things all day, every day throughout their life. They're so worried and doubtful and fearful. They feel like they're lacking everything. And we don't lack anything, by the way. It's all a perception. So if you feel like you're lacking something, change the way and opinion that you're looking at that thing, because you have everything that you need, because source is abundant and you are an extension of that. It's not something outside of you that you're observing or waiting to meet. You are already an extension of that. Therefore, you have everything you need in order to succeed, because there's an abundance of every resource out here that you desire. Anyways, person B, right? Person B is the pessimistic person, and they're on this low frequency. Person A, high frequency. Person B, low frequency. Now, they are both told to do a task, right? Let's just say they're day trading. They're marking up NAS 100 or XAU USD. They're trading some currency, whatever it may be, and they're trading the same currency, same markup, same everything. They're taking the same exact action. But person A and person B are going to yield themselves different results, because they're taking action from two very different vibrational frequencies. And you can't yield yourself anything other than what you're vibrating. So no matter how hard you're working right now in real life, no matter how much action you're taking right now in real life, you need to slow down and ask yourself, am I feeling good while taking this action? Is this something that aligns with me? Do I feel good while taking this action? Because if not, then it's pointless and it's fruitless. I'm taking action that feels bad to me when I take it. I should just stop right now, because there's no point in doing so, because I'm going to continue to yield myself results that are on the frequency of the vibrational frequency I'm taking the action from. It's all aligned. It's all the same thing. Just learn it. How do you feel in every single point in time? If you could leave with one thing, that's what you should leave with. How do I feel? I feel good. I'm aligned. I'm taking action from that alignment. I'm receiving things that I want in my life. Life is great. I feel bad. I'm living life in this bad feeling emotion, not knowing that there's a better way and I'm the only way. And I'm taking action from this negative state of emotion. I'm not getting anything I want. And that person has way too much of the things that I want. They have so big of a slice of the pie, and it's too big actually, and I think that they need to share some of that pie with me, and I don't have none because of them. You're thinking this pessimistic way, and that is what you're going to live with. And you're creating that, and you will continue to live that experience until you change, because nothing can change unless something is changed. And you're the only change because you're the X factor of your life. You are the X factor of your life. No matter how much you rely on somebody, whether that's your parents, whether that's your school, whether that's the diploma, no matter how much you rely on this thing that you think is going to get you to where you want to be, you're the only one that can get you to where you want to be. Only one. Because no one could insert, like I said before, anything into your experience. No matter how much good or bad they want from you, they could think about you 24/7, transmitting this strong negative beam, hoping something goes bad. And if you're not tuned into that station, you can't hear what's playing on 100.9 The Beat. If they're transmitting this negative frequency on 100.9 The Beat, you're not tuned into it, you cannot receive any manifestations that lie on that negative frequency. But if somebody's wishing negative upon you and you're focused upon that and you're thinking, what if this happens? This person's wishing negative on me. I seen them wrote something bad about me. You're activating that thought, because whatever you're giving attention to is activating the vibrational frequency of that subject. You're activating that thought. So start activating positive thoughts that align with your desires. And if you don't know if it's a positive thought that aligns with your desire, ask yourself, how do I feel? That's why I said, if you leave with one thing today, how do you feel? And learn to increase your awareness, your emotional intelligence. Pay attention, because your emotions are important. They're telling you something that only you know, because nobody else could feel your emotions. They all have their own. They may relate with where you're coming from, or if you tell them, they may feel it, but you're the only person who knows clearly what it is that you're feeling. And whenever, that's how real it is. And whenever you're feeling great, that means you're aligned. That means you have access to every single resource you need for the fulfillment of your desire. Because God is abundant. Source is abundant. This universe is abundant. It has everything that is needed to make your dreams come true. But whenever you feel anything other than aligned, you're not tuned in to that source energy. You're not tuned into that abundance. You're tuned into the lack of it. Therefore, you perceive with lack, when really all you need to do is increase the way you're feeling, get aligned, you're connected, and have access to all those resources. And now you just create whatever it is that you want. If you want to leave your 9-to-5 job, this is how you do it. If you want a new luxury car, this is how you do it. This is how they've all done it, and this is the only way to do it, because the law of attraction is abiding. It is there. Are you abiding by the law of attraction? You have no other option to. It's happening. So learn how it works, and when you learn how it works, now you could create deliberately, on purpose and intentionally, and get more of what you want in your life and less of the things that are a little unpleasant to you. And whenever you're doing this, you're going to go about life, and yes, you're still going to be living adversity, and that's a good thing, because whenever you're going through life and you're feeling adversity, okay, you're going through life feeling great, and then you experience something that seems like a problem, it's there to help you expand, because that's the whole purpose why me and you came here to begin with, was to expand. We're never going to get to a point where we have everything we need and you're chilling now and you're going to sit back and just play with the things that you have in this world right now and you'll be good for the rest of your life, because this universe is always causing you to ask for something more. The things that you have, when you climb one mountain, you're gonna see from a new perspective and realize that there's more things you want from that amount of money or from that perspective. There's always more. Always. You never stop asking, therefore you're always evolving. You're here, you feel good, you have everything you desire. You see that person with something you've never seen before that you want, that you didn't know until now. That inner part of you increases. It expands because you just launched a new preference that you didn't know about until looking at that thing that you didn't know you wanted. And whenever that happens, it's going to seem like adversity because you fill the gap now. You're wondering, how am I going to get that? Or I don't have that yet. Whatever it may be, there's a gap. And the size of that gap and the intensity of that gap depends on where you are in relationship to your inner being. But it's important whenever you launch a new preference and you're separated for that time being, do whatever it takes to get you aligned. Boom. You're aligned with it. You're aligned with that desire that you asked for, and it's on its way. And the when or the how does not matter. It's irrelevant. It's coming. Don't worry about it, because whenever you worry about the how, you're going to think, doubt, lack thoughts because you don't know how. Because remember that radar screen we were talking about? You only see what's on this little square. That's all you see. So if you're thinking about how am I going to get this thing that I want, if you're looking at the current resources that your life experience has showed you, it's not there. There's so many opportunities off your radar screen that you don't know about, that you don't know how they're going to come, but they will come if you're in alignment. The universe is working in concert to assist you. The universe is working in concert to assist me. And all you gotta do is feel good. It's that easy. And it goes deeper. Whenever I feel good, the emotion that I feel is actually an indicator of the vibrational frequency I'm transmitting. Therefore, what station I'm tuned into. Therefore, what music I am receiving. And if I'm listening to a station that I don't want to listen to, change the station. And you're the only person who could change the station. Nobody else could do that for you. Don't ask them to do that for you. Don't give people responsibilities that they can't fulfill, because that's only going to make you feel worse. So instead of having expectations of seeing this thing that you want that you don't have, and you launch a new preference, instead of wondering how it's going to come, just align yourself and know that it's going to come and it's already on its way because you're aligned. That's it. That's how it's always worked. That's how it's working right now. That's how it will continue to work. And whether you're aware of it or not, it's working. So many people are creating by default. They don't understand that their brain is a receiver and transmitter of frequency, and they don't understand what their emotions are telling them. They feel bad, and they're just drowning in this negative emotion, staying there, and they're just feeling that negativity, thinking that there's no way out, and they're taking substances to mask that emotion that they're feeling, when the emotion is an indicator that's very important, letting that person know, alert, 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 alert. You're thinking thoughts that are in opposition to where you want to go. Alert. You're transmitting a vibrational frequency that is not in alignment with where you want to go. Alert. And they're constantly doing things that are suppressing that emotion when that emotion is your best friend. That emotion is letting you know everything you need to know. It's data. It's letting you know what you need to be doing in this very moment to live the life that you would like to live.